May I now request Mr. Pradeep Agrawal, Convener and Organizing Secretary of DIPM 2015, to please elaborate on the theme of seminar.
A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Our honorable chief guest, Shri Raghav Chandra ji, Shri Dr. Chandan Ghosh from NIDM, IDSC President Arul Das, Professor J. Bhattacharya ji, Giriraj Goyal, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Many things have been shown into the IDSC audio-video clip, and President IDSC Association has covered the purpose of this seminar and all that. So probably I'll be repeating something, please bear with me. I'll be cutting down some of other things. As all of you know, and I just want to tell to this August gathering, the idea of hosting the National Technical Seminar was emerged through an IDSC AGM meeting this year. And then when it was decided, and the day was decided because it was an IDSC day on 17th September, so it was only the 45 days something was available to organize such a big gathering and a seminar. So it was a task given to the IDSC officers, and really indeed it's my pleasure and privilege that the responsibility of conceptualizing of the seminar from the scratch was given to me along with the team. And as I must say, and I have been saying, this is the first time, because many people organizations must be organizing the technical seminar, but this is the first time in the history of any service association in the country that the IDSC officers are organizing this seminar under the banner of Defense Infrastructure Planning and Management. And why? The IDSC cadre is a major stakeholder in the defense department of the country and directly associated with the not only creation of infrastructure. There are many organizations in the country which they are involved in the creation of the infrastructure. But what we do, we take the annual maintenance also. We do the operations also. So we create the infrastructure, we maintain it, we operationalize it, and we take it on our head. The specialization of the IDSC cadre emerged from the officers of the IDSC cadre are from the top-rung technocrats, from the various IITs, NITs, and other top-rung institutions, as has been shown in the AV also. What I want to say here, and for the information of all, because this gathering is not only of IDSC officers, here is the gathering from the various organizations, corporates, companies, and our chief guest also. For the information of our chief guest and to all of you, I just want to add on, the kind of exposure an IDSC officer gets while in service is unparalleled, as there is probably not a single government organization. When I say this thing, it's a true thing. Our PSU or even a private sector organization in which an officer gets all around exposure, be it in the field of multidisciplinary engineering and planning, contract management, dispute resolution, budgeting and finance, audit HR functions, managing the huge service records of thousands of the workforce, promotions, DPCs, legal cases, technical examination, among several other things besides the core functioning of design, planning and execution and successful project delivery. I want to emphasize the word project delivery as we understand it, and in the technical sessions it will be clarified that the project delivery is much more than what we could be otherwise thinking. In addition, IDSC cadre is being organized service is part of the central staffing scheme of the Government of India, and the cadre officers have been selected in various ministries such as Home, CVC. Now CVC is the specialization of IDSC officers. Many IDSC officers as a director, even at one time 4 or 5 officers have been serving in the CVC, Central Vigilance Commission, and this says our integrity and our professionalism. Department of Heavy Industries, UID. Our many officers are serving in the UID in the first project in the country. Delhi government, Labour Ministry, T-boats, autonomous organizations, CIC and several other organizations, proving that IDSC officers are best to none and have immense administrative capabilities as well as contributing to the functioning of the Government of India at various levels for the public welfare and in nation building. And other part, what the MES organizational policy is, it is such that each and every individual IDSC officer gets exposure to all above functions. What I listed, these functions, in many organizations, the specialist cadre or some officer is there, but in MES what happens, and our Director General Pass is here and he ensures it that all IDOC officers gets exposure to all above functions which I enumerated above during his entire career, and thus become a formidable force and all-around expert of many functions in the organizational and functional hierarchy of the organizational structure. The organizational role and responsibility of MES gives ample opportunity to all IDOC officers to work with all arms of Ministry of Defense such as Army, Air Force, Navy, Coast Guard, DRDO, Ordnance Factory, DGNP, you keep counting it. In all organizations, our IDOC officer works and they get a time to work and the tenure there. IDOC officers are involved in every aspects of strategic infrastructure of the country as well as in the operation and maintenance of the same. All Air Force operational bases are manned and constructed, operated by the IDOC officers, and they are responsible to maintain the operationality of the all the airports, all the Air Force runways during the hostilities. So we have got a very active role during the wartime as well. In my first of the appointment, I was the task force commander of the Air Force, and I was feeling very high. Yes, I am responsible to maintain this air base and repair it in half an hour of the hostility. The concept of a smart city. As I was talking to our chief guest when I met him, and he more than agreed with me, the concept of the smart city is not alien to the IDOC officers. As all cantonments, defense townships are created, maintained on a smart concept of user convenience and reliability. So we are already into the smart cities. And we can be a stakeholder into the smart city concept of the Government of India. IDOC officers are well versed in defense township planning, design, construction, as well as operations. As IDOC officers in their career look after defense township in several aspects of operations, be it electric supply as DISCOM, water supply as Jal Board, general utility as municipality, maintenance of street lights, playgrounds, roads, signage. What I mean to say that we are well versed in all aspects of township operations, infrastructure creation, all that. So it is with this background that we, the team of motivated IDOC officers, took upon this onerous task of organizing this National Technical Seminar within a short period of 45 days. All conceptual planning, coordinations with several organizations, format of the seminar, speaker profile, submissions of the technical papers in such a short time has been completed meticulously up to the finest possible details. In such a short period of time, we received a response, a large number of the technical papers in such a short period of time from the IDOC officers and from other organizations, mainly contribution from the IDOC officers. And within such a short period of time, we selected 47 technical papers through the technical committees chaired by Professor J. Bhattacharya, who has been an IDOC officer. And then we have on our panel as a technical advisory committee, several IITs with us, IGNOU with us, and Institution of Engineers and many such organizations. So we planned it this way, and this again proves, and what I want to say actually, this is a factual evidence. This proves the prowess, effectiveness, versatility of IDOC officer as a cadre involved in nation building and strategic requirements of the country. And the huge support of all IDOC officers encouraged us in announcing, and the chief guest will be unveiling it, in announcing the membership drive and the launch of Defense Infrastructure Planning and Management Council of India. This body is supposed to become an advisory body to the Government of India, voluntary advisory body, through the team of technocrats, without the conflict of interest. People will sit together and will form their opinion and may advise the government. Once again, thanks to all participants for attending such wonderful technical discussions from experts in the field from various walks of life, various organizations, as well as delegates from all government, private organizations, institutions, etc. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir.